Hello everyone, welcome back. Another week, another Wednesday, another show. So let's get going. Not a lot in the way of purchases this week, although I did get some more paints for my Tamiya range, which puts me up to about 75% of the range I now have. I managed to get some of this solvent, which is for pencil blending. I might do a tutorial on this one week, but the water pencils you get that you can sort of paint with, and this is for that, and sort of things like that. So I've got that for that. I also bought, I don't know whether many of you saw last week's show, but I had a fabulous guest on, Gilbert Mondragon of the Styrene Syndicate. He done a beautiful piece. He was working on a beautiful piece, and he used inks. So off the back of that, I went and bought, well, I didn't, Angela bought me these 4 bottles of ink. They were from Hobbycraft online, and they were 4 bottles for £12, which is not bad actually, because these are quite dear. They're something like £5.30 each. And I got a fluorescent green, bright yellow, a sort of dark blue for shadows and things like that. And then I got, for some reason, burnt umber kept sounding in my head, so I got that. And I think that was it. Oh no, sorry, I also got a little fiberglass pencil, which is going to be great for the amount of times that I've wanted to get into a corner and I haven't been able to, because obviously with sanders you've got, you know, you just can't get the right action to well, I think with this it'll be a lot easier. So that's the plan anyway. We'll see how it works. Haven't tried the inks yet. I've never used inks before, so I really do not know what will happen, but rest assured, whatever happens, I will show it on here at some point, and do some sort of demonstration. Hopefully, you know, it won't be as good as Gil's, nowhere near as good as Gil's, because he's the man when it comes to ink work at the moment. I've also got to get a warmer, obviously off the back of what was said there as well. So concerning purchases, I think that was it. They also had a bottle of this stuff up there. Now this is, it describes itself as an effective clear gloss medium with adhesive properties for paper mache and all sorts of other materials. Now, I thought to myself, doesn't it look extremely like, you know, it's the cream bottle that makes it look that slightly different color, but it looks very similar to that, and very similar to the gauzy. So, you know, I don't know. I'm not saying they are the same. I'm just saying they look the same, and that it's described the same. The description sounds like the same. But anyway, this is about 14 quid a bottle. We managed to get it, and it was 50p. It was on sale in Northampton Hobbycraft, and they've got it for 50p. And that, I think that's a bargain. I shall be giving it a try at some time. Surely it's got to be better than floor cleaner, which is a sort of thorn in a lot of people's sides when you know, it's a hot topic, floor cleaner. Many people dislike it. Many people swear by it. I have used it. I've got some of the newer stuff. I've never used the older stuff because that was before I started modeling. So The only thing I would say is it smells bloody nice. The future floor polish, it hands down, nobody could disagree with that. It's got a wonderful smell to it, and your hobby cave, shed, barn, room, attic, or wherever you will be, will smell of floral meadows the whole time you're using it. So there you go. That's not a reason to buy it though. So as for builds, it's been a slow week this week. I won't lie, it's been a bit of a horrible week and I haven't got much done. So I did, however, manage to finish the Porsche 962 shell. I haven't done all the I haven't done the whole car. And I've got to say, the bodywork has turned out amazing. It really has come out really well for me. It's the first time I've had such a fantastic finish. This is 2K finish on it. Really nice. Now, the only downside to this is these decals here actually cover the glass. They are the clear parts on this model are actually inserted when you buy it, so they're already fixed in, and then you put these decals on the top, and I thought I would be okay with just going over the top, and it's got a nice shine all the way over. It's even, but there is a bit of a misty appearance to it. Obviously, it would have been better to mask this screen off completely and then 2K, but I didn't do it. I'm not an expert when it comes to modeling. I am fairly new. I'm still learning, especially with 2K. I've only used it on 2 other occasions, so I can get around this. I'm going to put a tint on the glass, probably from the back, just to make it more of a tinted effect. I know the car originally didn't have a tint, but I can't leave it with that misty look there. It doesn't look right. So apart from that, it's come out really well. I really like it. I don't know if I can get up close, but let's just take a moment to see that shine. It's really come out well. And then we've got the sides, and then round there. I tried a different tactic this time. I was more ruthless in my regime before I went in. I cleaned down the spray booth, and I was, very careful with how I done things. And I'm happy with that. I wouldn't say it's perfect by a long shot, but I'm happy with it, and that's all that matters. So I'll pop that away. So that's all I've really built. Now then, we've got, before I pass on to Angela, there's a little thing that I discovered this week, and I wanted to share it with everyone. Let me just get me airline. So basically, I got some paint all over a clear part for another build that I was on. The paint had been on there a long time, and I wanted to clear off the paint, but I didn't want to damage the canopy. Surely a situation many of us have had problems with. You get paint on the canopy, it doesn't look right, and you can scratch it off with a toothpick. Loads of different tactics like that, but what I did was use leveling thinner. Now, the leveling thinner, there was a concern that it might miss the plastic. Well, it didn't. The plastic came out thoroughly clear the other side, and what I want to do tonight is demonstrate that very quickly so everyone can see that I'm not telling porkies or anything like that. So I was going to use Vallejo primer, but I thought there would be too many people would laugh and say, you know, Vallejo will lift off anyway. It would be too easy to come off. So, you know, people are bound to want a challenge of some sort. So I'm going to put a couple of drops of UMP primer, and I'm going to spray this canopy. Then we're going to carry on with the show. We're going to do our little bits and pieces, whatever we do. And then just before the end, I'm going to come back and I'm going to clean up the canopy the way I did the other day. And hopefully, I've only ever done this once before, so this could go wrong. Oh, I haven't turned the good start. I haven't turned the compressor on. Yeah, that's enough already. So you can see I have incidentally never tried this process with primer. I've always used paint before. So this really could go either way. This experiment could be a complete disaster or a complete success. We'll have to wait and see. That's really enough. I'm not going to waste that, so I'll just put the rest on. I'll try not to spray too much because obviously I'm not in the spray booth. Well, I only put a little bit in, goes a long way.
Is it UMP primer?
Yeah. Yeah, I did say I was going to use UMP primer at the beginning because that way there can be no saying that Vallejo's weak anyway. There's the bottle that I've just used. So we'll leave that to one side. What I'll do is I'll stand it there. I don't know whether it can stay in view or not. So you know I'm not messing about with it in any way.
Stick it in the corner.
And there you can just see, let's move it out of it so you can see the wing there. We'll let that dry and we'll come back and see whether my method is actually a viable one or not. So with that said, I do believe it's time to hand over to Mrs.Sprue and her build, which I've just realised I've left on the top shelf.
Well, then you need to reach it because I'm not that
I need to get that. I do have to clean the brush for a little. Let me get the model down so you can carry on. There you go. And the glue's there to one side. And the time is 20:08.
I'm a time it down.
Well, I've got a lot to get through. I need them cotton buds over there. Yeah, and that should do actually.
Extra thin tiny cement. That's mine, yes?
Yeah. They couldn't see that, could they?
No. Just bear with me a second while I get everything ready. Good evening all. Back to my model. Now, before I start, I have had one hell of a weekend. Part of it is due to modelling, part of it is due to depression. Now, anybody out there that knows anybody, Mr. Sprue Surgeon does suffer from depression. But what they probably don't realise is Mrs.Sprue Surgeon suffers with it as well. The difference being is I can keep mine under control to the point where I don't let anybody see that I suffer from depression unless I want to, unless I'm at the point where something needs doing about it. This weekend, I can tell you now, all of this modelling kit in this room, by Sunday night, I was ready to tip because I had it. And I went to bed thinking, you know what, what's the point? What is the point in enjoying a model, enjoying any hobby, when you're going to be put down if you suffer from depression? And then I thought about it and I thought, hang on, I decided to do this model because I wanted to, not for anybody else's enjoyment, for my enjoyment. I thought it was something I could do, I could give it a go at, and I'd be happy with it. And I am. But it has caused no end of stress with regards to modelling itself. But I have made the decision to continue with it. Mainly because, you know, I'm not one for letting things just get halfway done and thought, fuck, I can't do with it. Excuse the language. I will continue to do it. How far I get, I don't know. We will see what tonight's show brings. This has nothing to do with Sprue Surgeon. He has depression and he deals with it in his own way. I have it in my own. I have it and I deal with it in my own way. I won't deal with it in tablet wise for the simple reason I have my own personal reasons. So I deal with it.
What?
The camera's disappeared again. I hate this camera.
Oh, yeah. It's
me and technology do not work.
You must have knocked that cable.
I just do not deal with technology.
Turn camera on.
Can you hear? I hope you can hear me. Right, there you go. Fine.
Don't touch that
yeah,
cable.
We're staying away from it. I hate technology to the point where I don't even own a mobile phone because they don't work properly. I hate them. I hate the things. Right. Last week when we came on, I was in a dilemma as to what to do. And I've decided, you know what? I'm going to follow the instructions because anybody that goes out and buys something, doesn't matter what it is, you will follow the instructions because that's what people tell you to do. Follow the instructions. And I've decided, you know what? I'm going to follow the instructions. When it comes to painting it, I will decide whether I want to paint it or not. Because to be quite honest with you, I'm quite happy with it how it is. Because you can see the detail in the wings. You can see all the little lines. And to be honest with you, I like that. I like the detail. And I think, paint that, you're going to lose it all. So we will see. But for now, let's continue. And hope you like what I'm doing. I'm done. They're my TV glasses. They are my TV glasses. You will have to bear with me because I've left my reading glasses upstairs and brought my TV glasses down. Which for anybody that has crap eyesight, they don't work. They're for long distance, not short distance. That's because I was stressing about doing this. But it's done now, so.
Yeah, Ian McCulloch, the UMP Products primers, also known as Badger's Spinal Res. So it's the same thing, just a different, it's just labelled differently. And there is no levelling thinner in with the UMP Dr. Sprue. I just gave the bottle a shake and added a couple of drops to the colour cup.
Always gets things ready for me, but never tells me where things are. Now, this is the part of the model that I was terrified, absolutely terrified about doing. because there's so many numbers and so many lines and different numbers and different bits. I thought, how in the right mind am I going to do that? But we're going to give it a go. Mr. Sprue is off to my side because I think I'm going to need him on this one. But we shall wait and see. Maybe I can do it myself. Maybe I'll be very clever. I doubt it, but you never know. So I've got that. I've got that. I don't understand why that is.
I don't know, Jan, whether Steinel Resier is UMP, but I don't know whether it's the same as MIG ammo, one-shot primer. I couldn't comment on that.
Oh, crumbs. What's that? Okay. See, I see a bit already, but I do not understand how that is B23. So yeah, that funny little
Yeah.
This is this.
Yeah.
So they're saying
It goes,
this
it goes onto there.
sits on there.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, just make sure you get it the right way round. So
But it doesn't actually show you right.
yeah, it does. You just can't see it. That end's slightly fatter than that.
So that's
end.
that end, yeah.
And
Are they saying that sits on there like that?
Yeah, is there two little indentations on it at all? Let me have a look. Yeah, look, there's two little dots. Is there two?
There's two little dots there.
Two little holes.
Well, they're not really
like
holes,
indentations. Yeah.
No, they're like spikes.
So them two will go in that. Where are the two?
Take it with your fingers.
Oh no, that's not what I meant. Let me look at that one again.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, there they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's two holes in that. So
are you telling me I've got to glue that onto that?
Yeah, you just put a little dot on there and a little dot on there, and then that goes on
that way, where the dots are at the bottom.
Not the.
So it's flat on the top and dots at the bottom.
That's it. You might want you've got the right stuff. I was going to say you don't want the quick set for that.
This is the smelly stuff. And the stuff I don't like. Because it stinks. But then again, it already stinks because you sprayed God knows what, and my front room now stinks.
It's only UMP primer.
Still stinks. Anybody that takes up modelling, or anybody that suggests to their partners, be it female, male, whatever, children, adults, the only thing I would recommend is don't give up your front room because it stinks. I love Mrs.Sprue to bits, but God does it stink.
Well, I don't know where we can move it to.
Well, we wouldn't move it to, would we? Because this suits us. Because when you are spraying and when you are modelling, I'm not in the room. I'm upstairs. And that's the situation. Every situation is different. How many modellers out there are in gardens and sheds? Because their partners won't have them in the house.
Yeah, but some of them don't want to be in the house. Some of them like to be in their sheds.
Okay, would you like to be in a shed?
What
do you mean,
It depends if it was a properly equipped one.
Can you hear this? Mr. Sprue is deserting me.
If it was a properly equipped studio, then
you'd say, you can have your room. I'm off.
Hold on.
Loyalty doesn't get you anywhere. Say, I give up a room for him. What does he want? A shed.
No, I don't want a shed. We can't afford a shed.
Well, even if we can afford a shed, you're not getting one. Okay, I'm a bit confused. See this?
Yeah.
This is 12.
Right.
But it doesn't say Like these ones are A4, A14.
Yeah,
So I know
12.
that's A14.
It's
That's
colours, isn't it? It's the colours.
So the tyre is E32, am I thinking?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Learning as we go along still. You know,
out of view.
I would like to think I've got better.
Well, you have.
As I've come along, but
you have. I mean, look, you've done this. This is
but I'm still
really
learning.
good.
I'm still building as we go along, as they say. You know.
I know some builders, and what they do is, I don't know, I don't do it this way, but they dry fit everything. So they put everything together. What? They dry fit.
What does that mean?
No glue.
Oh, okay. Oh, no fault of it.
Well, no, but they use tape. Oh. They sellotape everything together to see how it's going to go, and then they take it apart and then they build it with glue. It's like,
surely that's twice the hard work.
Well, when you think about it, everybody does dry fit. You should do dry fitting. It's just putting the pieces together to make sure they fit, which you've just done there. You have just put the two pieces together to make sure that it looks right. That is dry fitting. But
that's the section by section. I wouldn't pick this kit up and think, right, I'm going to put it all together to see if it fits all right, and then take it off apart.
I know, but some people do.
Wow.
Everybody's different.
If you do that, then all credit to you, but I could be asked. It's too much hard work. That would put me off. I've got to say, that would put me off.
Some people are super dedicated, and you don't.
There's dedication, and then there's just madness, because it takes more time to put something together, take it apart, and then glue it together. What happens if you glue it together after you've took it apart and you've got it wrong, and you think, well, actually, I did that the first time, but I got it right? Your stuff once it's glued, which I've learned.
So Jan has checked, and he said that UMP primer is MIG ammo one-shot primer.
Off. Excuse me? Off.
Daniel. And that's, I didn't know that, Jan.
That was just my dog deciding he's had enough of being on his own.
Dave, Scale Shipwright says, I'm with you both. I too have suffered with a mild depression and anxiety. Due to a good doctor, I have not needed pills, thank goodness. Well, you're very lucky then, because, yeah, anyway.
I do suffer from anxiety, hence I have no friends and I don't deal with the outside world.
Although he does go on to say, the doctor ordered me to get back into a hobby and it has done me the world of good. So, well done on that.
Yeah, a hobby does help. I have my, as you've probably seen, if you haven't seen, my hobby is my cross stitch. Without that, I'd crack up. But, you know, everybody's different. I do suffer from anxiety as well. I won't speak to people on the outside world.
Ian McCulloch says, get on with it.
I'm not going to give that a response. There's a very good reason why I'm not going to give that a response.
Yeah, just no. Steve says, hello all. Smooth Workshop, what doing? All right, Dave. Not Dave. I've done it already.
You're off?
Yeah, sorry, Terry.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, dear, oh, Lord.
Okay, see?
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
We haven't allowed for this.
Right, well, you sort that out. I'm going to answer the phone because that's a disaster. Look at that wheel.
Right.
Apology.
We didn't anticipate the phone ringing.
I'm running. I'm answering.
So, let me just see what she's done here. Looking at the wheels. E32. You're on the front wheel by the looks of it.
I was.
Yeah. So, what's wrong with them?
Hello, Kyle.
You just need...
It's my nephew. I've sort of... Look. You see this bit here? That's sort of had a hissy fit and snap.
It snapped. Right.
let's put it this way. I was putting them together when somebody commented when I pressed a little bit too hard.
It snapped off on that side, is it? Where's the wheel that it snapped off with?
I'm not sure.
It's that one. All right. A little bit of surgery now. So basically what Angela's done here is it's the front wheel, and if you can see on there, so the one side's okay, and the other side has snapped off. It's not going to focus. There it is. The other side snapped off. It is in fact in the wheel now. So the first thing I'm going to try is just literally, because it's a hot glue, I am going to try and just glue it back on. As simple as that, and hope that it melds together. The only other way would be to try and put a little pin or something in it.
See, I told you I was dreading doing these wheels. To be honest with you, I'm quite happy to just leave the wheels off.
No. Well,
who's going to see the wheels other than me?
I mean, you can do it in flight.
Now you tell me.
Well, it's just that I've never done it that way, but you can do it in flight. If you wanted to.
Get hold of that.
But that will break if you handle it like that. You've done, yeah.
He's known for weeks that I was dreading building these flipping wheels, and now he tells me I can do it in flight, which is what that is.
But then okay, I mean, it's your model, so.
But then go on, spit it out.
It's your model, so you do what you want.
That's not what you're going to say. But then, continue with the sentence.
I don't think it would look right sat on the shelf with no wheels on.
But if it's in flight, it's not going to be sat on a shelf.
No, you would have to.
It's going to be hung on a wall.
Well, yeah, you could do that, yeah.
So, who's going to see the wheels behind it?
Well, no. Well, people do pick them up and have a look. But it's up, you know, do it in flight then.
The only person that comes to see me is my family.
Do it in flight then.
I don't have anybody outside that comes to see me, so you know.
Do the wheel covers completely block off the wheels, or do you need to put them in?
Okay, next question. Right, we've got wheels and we've got wheels, which I was dreading. Then we've got this next section.
Right, these are the covers. These are the
so flip it over.
Landing gear bay doors. So you've got to get those and put them and glue them into their respective positions.
Will they glue into there?
Yeah, they would. Yeah.
You will. Right, let's find them first. Because you got this, which was the wheels, which, sorry for any modelers out there that think this is a nightmare because she's skipping it, but I'm a new modeler and I'm skipping it because
Jan says we can use a wood block and put a tube in it, and then yeah, I know what he means.
You're speaking to a newbie, yeah? That's like whoosh. Not getting rid of that one.
Dave says he saw the cross stitch. It was really nice. Yeah, she does some really good cross stitches.
Thank you, Dave. That is my hobby. That is what I'm good at. And I sat watching Mrs.Sprue do this for years thinking, you know what? I used to build stuff when I was little with my dad. But as I grow older, I grow out of it. And I just haven't done it before. But I will say 3 weeks today is my birthday. And 3 weeks today, Mr. Sprue Surgeon has bought me a model to build out of wood, which is what I loved doing when I grew up. So I'm really looking forward to it. And I will show that on my birthday. If I haven't given up completely by then. And just did it by myself. I'll show you. If I don't come back on, I will
Terry
show
says,
you the end product.
can't we build a scratch builder replacement for the broken undercarriage?
No. No.
She doesn't want, you know.
No. No.
There you go.
Sorry, but no. I hate no.
Well, we're not getting anywhere at the moment because.
Well, stop rabbiting then. So am I skipping this and skipping this and going straight to this, or?
Well, you've got to find the.
You're on about these bits. So what are them bits? Impatient. That's what he is.
I'm impatient.
Yes.
Come
with it.
Right. So.
I know you do your head in. I know you do me head in. I love this.
Right, so you've got to find the bay doors.
Yeah, but what numbers are they?
I'm trying to find them now. So you want B15, B14.
Okay.
Find sprue B basically.
Okay. That'd be 14 and 15.
So yeah.
So
B14, B15 as well.
B15. Okay.
Make sure you know which ones are which.
Do you know what's funny? I've seen Sprue Surgeon cut these things off and they've gone flying across the room. She does a lot. Spent a lot of time on my knees picking things up off the floor.
And then you want B6, B7.
Oh. Can't I stick these ones on first? Otherwise, we're going to get confused.
It'll be easier just to clip them all off together.
Don't complain then when I say to you, what's this one for? B6.
Daniel, shush. B6, B7.
6 and 7. Yeah. Oh, God.
I'm going to have to go around there, isn't there?
Hey, Daniel, lay down.
And then B5, B4 as soon as you...
There's not enough gaps there. Right.
Right, they need cleaning up. I will clean them up while you start fitting them. So basically...
yeah, I can see where they go.
You need to put it tail end like that.
And then the bits.
So
each bit
B15,
B15,
yeah. And then
I got that.
So you see you've got B15 goes one side, and then next to it goes B6.
Look,
further up.
B6 and B5 are the same size, so it doesn't matter. It's these ones.
Where's have you not got a sander out?
No.
Well, how have you been cleaning them up? No. Don't recommend doing that one.
Okay, this is my model. Don't start.
Just saying.
No. So, that's not saying, that's interfering.
No, I'm just saying.
No, that's interfering. I'm not doing it right. Don't start. I said all along I would do this my way.
Daniel, hold on a minute.
Might not be to everyone's liking, but it's my way and that's the end of it. Oh. I know people are going to say this isn't right, they're not sitting right, but who cares?
What's the... There we go.
Is this the end of the model?
Almost, yeah. Well, no, there's loads to do, but you mean the end of this bit?
Oh, is this the end of the build of the model?
No, don't think so. You've got weapons to put on. Let's have a look. So you've got the front nose cones to go on. You've got the rear vertical stabilizers, horizontal stabilizers, air brake to go on, and what's that? Oh, you've got the afterburner. What are they called? I don't know. The afterburner thing is. Canopy, and then you've got that's the end of it there, and then you've got decals and paint, and then that's it. So I would guess if you finish that today, then next week you would do the front nose cone and probably get these on, and then the following week the rear air brake and maybe the afterburners. So we're probably looking at another 4 weeks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For anybody that's looking at this, it's crap.
No, it's not. Well, what's wrong with it?
They're in and they're stuck, but it's crap.
Why? Right, I see what you've done. They've just gone in the wrong side.
Yeah, it's in. Hang on. It looks like a little owl. Very, very tiny little owl.
So Steve wants to know, do you use so and so for your cross stitch threads?
Well, I don't personally know, mainly because I can't afford it. But a lot of people I do know highly recommend so and so, and I would, because a lot of people. I do what's called commission work. I suppose that's what you call it.
Yeah, yeah.
Where if somebody wants a cross stitch doing, they supply the cross stitch, I do it, and I send it back to them complete. And they use so and so, Etsy, that's another one. So people do use them. So yes, I would recommend them. But a lot of mine that I do personally are kits that I've bought, or I have a very, very, very good sister that supplies me. Without my sister, my collection would be nowhere near as big as it is. I get the odd kits bought from me now and again that I want, but mainly most of my kits that I do, I just do out my stash, as you call it. Like Mark has a stash of Airfix models and God knows what else models he has up there. I have my cross-stitch models. And the difference of cross-stitch is I can lock myself in a room, block out the world, block out everyone, and I can be at it 3 or 4 hours. And I'm in my element because I'm doing something I love, which is what this hobby is. But I don't have this interaction with the world. And I thought this would help Sprue Surgeon give his interaction with the world, but I'm beginning to think it was a bad idea.
Steve says his wife uses a program on computer to convert a picture into a cross-stitch pattern.
Well done to your wife. I have looked at that a few times, I will admit, but it confuses the life out of me. Give me a pattern any day and I'm happy. Give me a kit any day, I'm even happier because I can do the kit. I can follow the kit easy. And that's it. I do it. But, you know, each to their own. People have different ways of doing it. I enjoy it. I enjoy seeing. There's a lot of people out there that can do cross stitches, and there's probably a lot of people out there that can do models that are tiny little models. No. Tiny little cross stitches. No. They find them boring. I know there's children out there watching, so I'm not gonna be
Right.
Right, I'm going to leave it at that.
How's the plane doing?
Yeah, I'm bringing you over.
Yeah, that's dry.
So let me put this away and say, hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't, tough.
Can we use that?
No, I'm going to do that. Handing over to Sprue Surgeon. Bye for now.
Right, so let's get back to the experiment that was. So I sprayed primer, UMP primer all over this, and you can see that has that's well and truly dried. It's not coming off. Let me see. I don't know if I can scratch it off. Oh yeah, I could scratch it, but then it's a clear surface. It wasn't sanded or anything. Now then, so for the test, I'm going to use some leveling thinner, Mr. Hobby. Is it Mr. Hobby or Mr. Colour leveling thinner? Here we have the bottle. I did pour some out into a little dropper bottle. But then I thought people might think that I've got something else other than leveling thinner in there. So there's my little jar. I'm going to pour tiny bit of leveling thinner in there, just enough to, I don't need a lot because I'm not cleaning it all off. I'm just demonstrating that it can be done without damaging the plastic. Cotton buds. Ooh. And then just wet cotton bud. And then just start wiping the and you'll see it just starts to lift off straight away. No problem at all. And what you're left with is the clear plastic beneath. And you can use this when you're sort of painting, and you know you get paint over your canopy when you're painting around the edges. You can go in with a cotton bud or something similar, you know, just something that you can get right up to the edge with without affecting your paint work. There we go. no mist. I would go over with some Tamiya compound or something, a polishing compound afterwards, just to be, you know, just to clean it up a bit in case there's any residue on there. I haven't tried that yet, but there's not been any need. And I would suggest trying a little area of any plastic you're using. I would suggest 24 hours before you know you're going to need it, just to make sure that the type of plastic you're using is okay for that purpose. I don't want people coming back and saying, oh, but it didn't work for me on this plastic or that plastic, you know. So I'm giving fair warning. Try it first on a little area just to make sure. But I've tried it now on 2 different plastic types, and I've had no problem with it at all. And it also works fantastically for removing paint, which was, now I've got a feeling, I believe Norm from ISM put me on to the whole leveling thinner, cleaning, stripping paint off. If I've got that wrong, I apologize to whoever told me, but I'm pretty certain it was Norm that gave me the whole multi-leveling thinner off the paint. However, I discovered the plastic one on my own, so I don't know whether anyone else has discovered that or not, but that's that. So success there. My first experiment has been a success. I'm pleased about that. We'll put that over to one side now. That's my my mule, in case any of you are wondering. It's good to have a paint mule. So you just need a kit that has failed in some way or is broken and you're about to throw it out. If you haven't got one, keep it. Use it as a paint mule. Any experiments you want to do or tests, you can use that mule, and it saves damaging any of your models that are out there. Right, so we're just approaching 9 o'clock, so we've probably got time for, oh, it's at the bottom. Just got to move this. We've just got time for a build with the, oh dear, these are heavy. The X-wing is what I'm trying to say. So here we are, the old X-wing. And we got to the wings, didn't we? Bring the trolley back. Right, there we go. There we go. Right. Where did we get to with the X-wing? We put them wings on. We got that front section on. We were doing, oh yeah, the right way. So we've done one wing, which I believe is this one. And we got that end section on. And we got that attached. We got that bit attached. And that bit attached. Yeah, and that on there. Yeah, excellent. Okay, 4.1, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay. So we're looking for E17 and E6 by the looks of it. E17 and E6. Can't see the. Oh, that's B. It's always going to be the one at the bottom. I don't know how they manage it. Always going to be the one at the bottom. There we go, E. So E17 and E6. E17. I'm just going to cut one of those out. And E6 is over there. Of course, come along with the sander. Make sure that these are great kits to put together. They're so simple to put together, and not only that, they they can weather up really well as well. There's no need to paint them. They are pretty fantastic, in all honesty. I know I say this every week, the engineering on them is superb. Is that right? I think that's right. Oh yeah, that's clicked in. So have we got a cover going underneath that? No. So we're just on to the next step, which is going to be I'm you know, I'm not a detective, but I'm guessing it's going to be to put the next 3 wings on. So C12. So we've got 3 parts, all for the same wing, and they're all on different sprues. Their engineering may be second to none. Their planning leaves a little bit to be desired. So that's D and E there. If we keep D and E over there out the way, then that might help. So we want C2. I'm guessing that's that because it's quite big. B6. There we go. This week I've been lucky enough. I've made some met some great new friends, and been lucky enough to be accepted into their hangouts, as it were. And I've got some of my pictures of other work I've done that you've probably not seen. Has been put up in on one of their channels. I believe the channel is Festa 67. I should have written these down before I came in because I can't remember all the names. But if you go along to there, Festa 67.
Festa 67S Workshop.
Yes, that's it. Festa 67S Workshop. There are a selection of my photos in there from the work I've done. There are also some pictures in there of work some of the other lads have done. It's all top notch. I recommend going to have a look. Once there, somebody will be able to point you in the right direction for other sites that are under this umbrella. Yeah, they're they've been really nice, really friendly, and accepted me as one of their own, and I'm very grateful to them for that. Let me just find, this is it, I think. C2, yeah, C2. So yeah, that was. So, you know, they've been low points, but they've also been high points as well. So I will have to check whether it's okay to give out the name of the main group or not. I don't know whether Terry's still there or not. 12, 13. So C2 is that one. B6.
Good night, Rachel.
Is that one. And A-28. Oh, I know where A is because it's one of the multicoloured. A-28. 23, 26, 32, 28. There we go. I don't know what's everyone building at the moment. Have we got planes, armor? What's the build at the moment? I'm not sure what I'll be building next. I've got the Porsche 962 on the go. I'm dragging my heels on that one a bit, but I haven't really got anything planned next. I notice I got can you see what the stats are, Andrew, at the moment? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, 4 down.
4 down. Oh wow! Thanks. You know, thanks. I mean, why not just pop a little line? Tell me what it was marked down for. It might be something I can improve. You know, it's always good to improve. I mean, if it's just purely you know, a spite thing, then that's okay actually, because I get thumbs down, thumbs up. I still get the recognition for it. So yeah, if you yeah, because I don't think people realise when they give you the thumbs down, it still counts as a. It's far worse actually just to give no recognition than to. But that's a whole different matter. Right, that's. I think we're on this one.
Dave says he's just starting the Rebel Saturn B rocket.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a nice, that's a big piece of kit, I believe. I think Sam built the Apollo rocket. I can't remember how it went for him. I'm not exactly sure where this goes. So let me just, I've lost my bearings a bit, lost my train of thought. So just give me a second. Lost my train of thought. So let's, we've done that top one. We come in, we've done that. So we're.
Jet says I'm busy with 2 Ban Dai kits, the fighter and Tide bands, only one month behind my own schedule.
How did you get 1 month behind your own schedule? Are you? Is he working for commission or something, or is it? So we need D20, D18, D5, D21, and A14. Let's get the A14 out because that's here, and we've got 2 pilots here. We've got 2 pilots and what looks like a set of lungs. That's what that looks like, a set of lungs there. I'm looking for A14, not that's B. A12. Come on. 14, there we go, see. Anyone looking forward to any releases? Any new releases coming out that they're
Rob says he's working on the 132 plan for me.
Oh,
A7D4.
Yeah, very nice. I love the flankers are really nice. I believe I've got one up there. Yes, I have a Russian SU-30 MKK flanker G, which I have yet to build. Yeah, so that's that. A14. That's B. And then we're going to have D, D21, D20, D18, 18. Come on, wrong side.
Rob said it's a big kit.
Yeah, I don't know whether anyone's been fortunate enough to actually be up close and personal to one of these Russian jets, but they are monstrous in size. They've got beautiful colours to them, but yeah, they're truly immense in size. Their rear. The rear upright stabilizers at the back, when the pilot gets in, he has to test them to make sure they're moving. And I remember seeing a YouTube video, and when he moved them, they were like 2 huge wallpaper paste tables or 2 huge doors that were creaking from side to side. They were so big. I mean, they must have been over 6 foot, just the rear rudders. It's amazing. And the fact that they're so acrobatic. I mean, I've seen they can stay in one position and they like, oh, it's amazing. You just go on YouTube and type in MiG or flanker and SU, and you'll see all the stunts that are available that they can do. D20. Sorry, I can't multitask, so talking and modelling at the same time is a bit difficult for me. D20, D5, Was the I don't know, was the experiment tonight of use to anyone? Did yeah, that's what I'm asking. If they would that be of use to anyone? B21, A14. Yeah, that's 21. So we'll have a little clean up on that. I've lost me. There it is. Just gives that a clean off there. And there. Right, so what are we saying? Clip them two together. They only go on the one way, so not really any way of messing that up. There we go, snip together. A bit of a sharp edge there, get rid of that. And then we've got that goes on one end, like so. And then this goes on the back. And we've got a little clip that sits on the is that right? Yeah. The beauty of this is if I decide that I want to actually paint it fully, it's so easy to disassemble parts and go back. So, you know, I could just detach the whole wing and go and spray that, and then no problem.
Dr. Sprue said yes, it was a great tip. No, thank you.
Oh, well, I'm glad that it's going to be of use. Right, 4.82. Oh, and that clips onto there, I think. On the outside. It doesn't make sense.
Legit said, indeed, great tip.
Thank you. Well, I'm glad it is. I'm glad it was. It doesn't make sense. Oh, there we go. That's why. Silly me. And then that's going to come in. The LED drops down. Yep, through there. And that is going to.
What was the tip about?
Putting using MLT to clear plastic canopies of paint and rubbish and, you know, stuff like that. That's 4.7, and then we've got use number 6 again to, and you know what, I've got a horrible feeling I can't remember where the sheet of stickers is for that. So although they're not there, we're about 10 minutes away from the end. Let me just quickly check these drawers. Hold on, what's that down there? That might, is that them? No, I think that's off the Lego, yes. Let me just check the box. I have put the decals somewhere. So these things tend to happen. Warts and all, everything's live. You don't get away with anything here. So if there is a cock-up, everybody gets to see it. Oh, so I found the decals and I found the stickers. Unfortunately, that is not what I'm after. It came with a little sheet of black black stickers. And I appear to have lost them. Let me clarify that. I haven't lost them. Well, I have lost them, but they're in this room somewhere. So I think what I'm going to do, as we've only got a few minutes left anyway, we'll close it off there. That will give me a whole week to get them found, or if I can't find them, come up with a substitute. So my apologies for that. That's my ill preparation. Very tardy of me, but I don't want to start putting just paper on LEDs and stuff. That you know, if a job's worth doing, it's worth doing properly. And let me just double check. The thing is, I saw them somewhere. Well, I don't know where. No. Ooh, these things are sent to try us. Okay, no, I'm not going to waste any more time until I've had the... It'll come to me at some point. I've put them somewhere safe, you know, the usual routine. So, that said, I think I've covered everything I wanted to. And then next week, everything will carry on. We'll get a bit more done on the X-Wing. And we'll go from there. So thanks to everyone that came in to watch. Thanks to whoever gave me the thumbs down, because at least you came in and give it a go. Because if you just gave a thumbs down without watching, that would just be a bit stupid. And I'm sure you're not stupid. You know, thanks very much. And I will see you all next week. Bye for now.